Best places to visit in Vermont, USA. Vermont is equal parts myth and reality. A mere mention of its name and images appear: sunlit meadows of black and white cows, dazzling white ski trails, tidy hillside farms, blazing red maple trees along a stone wall, covered bridges, buckets collecting sap for maple syrup. Vermont is a place, but also a state of mind that revels in outdoor beauty, good food, and the preservation of unique, small towns and cities. Visitors love Vermont for its colorful fall foliage, ski mountains like Killington, Manchester, Stowe, and Mount Snow, mountain vistas, and attractions for families and kids. Although Vermont is an inland state, it has beaches and water sports at the Lake Champlain, along with many lakes, streams, and swimming holes. Yep, Vermont's got it all. Here's a look at the best places to visit in Vermont. Number 1 in our list is Lake Champlain. Extending for 120 miles between Vermont and New York, with its northern tip in Canada, Lake Champlain lies mostly in Vermont, and draws visitors for its recreation, wildlife, and historical attractions. Its watershed covers more than 8,000 square miles. Much of its 587 miles of shoreline are undeveloped, a heaven for wildlife, and a playground for canoeists, kayakers, and sailors. On the Vermont side, 318 species of birds depend on Lake Champlain, and 81 species of fish swim in its waters, according to Samuel de Champlain, for whom the lake is named. A 20-foot serpent-like creature also swims in the lake. His was the first, but certainly not the last reported sighting of what is now known as Champy. You might catch sight of it from one of the several lake cruises, or even from one of the 3 ferries that cross to the New York side from Charlotte, Burlington, and Grand Isle. 2. The Champlain Islands. This cluster of islands that stretches along Lake Champlain for some 30 miles, from South Hero to the Alberg Peninsula, qualifies as one of the premier bike riding spots in the country. You come upon farm stands, a vineyard, a maker of ice wine, a beautiful chapel, narrow roads that end where lake meets land, country lanes bordered by cottages, and enough French accents with all those Quebec visitors to make you want to find a baguette and cheese and just sit a while. Given all the sights to see, it's a little ironic that the most beautiful time here may well be twilight and then nightfall. There are no towns, really, just a string of villages. And on clear nights the sky will seem to bloom with stars. Three. Quechee-Gorge. On Route 4, less than 8 miles east of the town jewel of Woodstock, you come to what people like to call Vermont's Little Grand Canyon. Well, okay, if by little you mean really little. But that's the point. When you go searching for sheer beauty, it's best to take it as it comes, and small is beautiful. Vermont's deepest gorge was formed by glaciers about 13,000 years ago, and has continued to deepen by the constant action of the Ottawa-Quechee River, which you will see flowing 165 feet below. The best place to view the gorge is from the walkway along the arched iron bridge that carries Route 4 across the top. A trail leads through the woods beside the rim to the bottom of the gorge, where you can see the lower part of it from water level. close to the gorge. Also on Route 4, is the excellent Vermont Institute of Natural Sciences, a nature center where injured raptors are rehabilitated and returned to the wild. 4. Lake Willoughby, Westmore. Vermonters are quick to tout the Northeast Kingdom as the truest Vermont. A mix of beauty and grit, its villages are filled with people who work hard, love the outdoors, embrace winter as a time to snowmobile and ski, who know that fall is its Mardi Gras, when the outside world discovers that their kingdom truly shines. They also know that no lake in the state shimmers like Willoughby. The lake and its surroundings has been called the Lucerne of America. However, the world has long known of that tourist-filled city in the Swiss mountains. And so few know of this second deepest lake in Vermont, its water cold and clear enough to see fish several feet beneath the surface. Mount Pisgah and Mount Hall frame the glacier-carved waters, and if you come away thinking you've been swimming or hiking by a Norwegian fjord, you'll not be the first. '5. Burlington. Okay, admit it. You love ice cream, especially if it's made by Ben and Jerry. Burlington may be known for many things, but it's likely most famous as the home of this sinfully delicious ice cream. The town is located on the shores of Lake Champlain, so there are plenty of water activities to burn off those calories. The 4-block pedestrian mall known as Church Street Marketplace hosts a variety of festivals throughout the year. They range from art to celebrating beer and giant pumpkins. It also hosts one of the largest year-round farmers markets in Vermont. 6. Killington-Resort. If you're an adventuresome skier, you may want to hit the slopes at Killington-Resort on Vermont's second highest mountain. It's known as the Beast of the East because it's the largest vertical drop in New England. Killington, which opened in 1958, is the largest ski area in the eastern United States. While Killington Peak is the primary ski area, the resort also offers skiing across 6 mountains. There are 155 trails that handle skiers from beginners to experts and 21 lifts to carry them up the mountains. A few of the trails have ramps and jumps. 7. Peacham. Village must be one of the most lyrical words in our language. You hear it, and you think tranquil, narrow streets, children playing on a green, shops with bells that tinkle when customers enter. A decade or so ago, Yankee declared Peacham to be New England's most iconic village, and we were merely the latest in a long line, in the early 1950s. When Life wanted a story on quintessential New England, it sent photographer Clemens Kalischer to Vermont, and he found Peacham. His photos helped define for America the image of rural Vermont. And it wasn't long afterward that urbanites started their own pilgrimage to Peacham. It's not an accident that one of Vermont's most beloved contemporary photographers, Richard Brown, calls this Northeast Kingdom village of about 730 home, or that Hollywood has filmed parts of 4 major films here amid its pitch-perfect New England setting. If you come in October, you may not ever leave. 8. Ben & Jerry's. Unquestionably Vermont's most popular tourist attraction for children, Ben & Jerry's Factory Tour is a favorite experience for adults, too. On the 30-minute guided tour of the factory, you'll watch workers as they make and package ice cream, while a guide explains the process. On days when the factory is not operating, you'll still see inside it, but a movie will show it in action. Of course, a sample of the day's flavor is included, and you can sample more flavors before choosing your favorite at their scoop shop. The gift shop sells B.I.J. goods, and you can take ice cream with you in insulated carriers. Be sure to visit the flavor graveyard to mourn the loss of their dearly depinted flavors and to smile at the past tongue-in-cheek names. 9. Stowe. With a covered bridge, white-spired church, weathered barns, and ski trails down the mountainside, Stowe is everybody's image of Vermont. At the foot of Mount Mansfield and in the heart of the state's snow belt, it's also the town that most personifies the glory days of Vermont's early ski industry, a heritage that's explored here in the Vermont Ski Museum. Although avid skiers had climbed the mountain long before that, and a rope tow was installed in 1937, things really took off in 1940 when the first chairlift was opened. It's not all about skiing. You'll find shops and boutiques, art galleries, dining, and lodging of all sorts. Exhibits of works by Vermont-based artists are shown in the Helen Day Art Center. You can rent bicycles to ride, or you can walk or skate along the 5.3-mile Stowe Recreation Path, a paved multi-use route through meadows and woods alongside the river. With beautiful views of Mount Mansfield, Stowe Mountain Resort is still one of New England's premier ski destinations. And the gondola that carries skiers in the winter takes sightseers to the summit for more views in the summer and fall.